hope everyone is doing well today. So I took about 2-3 days off there where I didn't do any readings or recordings, so it was really nice. So I'm definitely well rested and back to business, thinking about what I want to do, what kind of reading we want to do today. I'll go with what initially came to mind, which is essentially doing just kind of taking a look at those of you who are in a relationship and those of you who are single, and just kind of see where the energy's headed. Happen to see the sun card peeking out. All right, interesting. Bottom of the deck is the Four of Wands. So it's like, here's what I'm getting right off the bat. The Four of Wands, right? Well, I was feeling this before I even looked at the bottom of the deck, which is why I giggled. And sorry, I'm just trying to like expand a window and it refuses to do so. Like, come on, All right, guys. Okay, so, the Four of Wands is coming in. I've really been getting the energy of kind of like 11-11 off of this, but I don't know, right? I'm talking to singles and, those that are in a relationship, okay? So, and I'm talking to singles and non-singles. I have to come up with like a better term for those in a relationship. My mind is like just not working. I'll get there. So singles, non-singles for now. But it's like this beautiful bridging of like, I don't know, like 11-11, if you can see there with the Four Wands, 2 on either side. I'm just kind of getting like, I don't know, almost like an interesting connection in the collective between the singles and the non-singles. Basically between those of you that are in a relationship and those of you that are not. But it's almost like almost like the energies are speaking to and through each other. So, ultimately we can take a look at the Four of Wands as first and foremost perhaps a holiday. Okay, so maybe the majority of you guys might be on vacation right now or traveling at this time, visiting friends or family. But, coming in at the bottom of the deck, this is essentially just, the overall energy or the underlying energy here in the reading. But this really speaks to community, guys, reunions, gatherings, just the feeling of stability and belonging, okay? It's like I feel that truly what's wanted in the collective, right, is essentially just, peace, happiness, joy, fulfillment. I took that from, forgive me, I can't remember his name right now, but I'm sure I'll bring him up in subsequent videos. But, really as well, it's just that the Four of Wands represents joyful celebrations and relaxation, okay? Relaxation. Basically peace of mind, right? Where you're not having to deal with any kind of just energies that are combative or energies that are trying to take you down or not, just not put you in a place of good feelings. You guys, know what I'm talking about with that. And essentially this, ultimately what I'm getting is like, you guys definitely want you want to find your person. You want to, and whether that includes traditional marriage or not, it's like you guys want to have that, engagement, wedding, or just that person, that connection, that unity, whether in spiritual or however you want to do it. So essentially, if I didn't say it before, it's like all of the collective here, okay, whether in a relationship or not, it's like ultimately what's wanted here is stability. It's like you guys are ready to lay down roots. And you can all, we'll get into those of you that are in a relationship, I can't tell where the energies are quite going. Like it looks like calm waters, but then at the same time, it looks like the singles are, the singles are definitely in a more dreamy state, okay? In a more state of attraction and allowing. We'll get into it, but of course the Nine of Cups has come in, right? The Nine of Cups really, to me, speaks to master manifestors, those who understand, how to properly manifest by not relying too heavily on the outcome. But the mindset's beautiful. It's like you guys are tending to your gardens, and again, I'm speaking to the single, those of you that are single, not necessarily in a commitment or relationship with anyone, but you guys are thinking about the future, working on yourselves, working on your stability and abundance and fruitfulness and fertility, however you want to take that. And when I say fertility, it's like how like the grapes are just so abundant. I'm thinking of like back in the day when like the cutie pies would be feeding grapes, to people, and it's just basically like, and look at. So adorable. I've really never noticed in on this little cherub's face here to the right. But I could, and it's like I can't quite put my finger on the energy I'm getting from it. But it's like you're tapping back into your innocence. You're tapping back into the understanding that the world is magic, that we're magic, that we have, literally, we have the power of source, we are of source. Like that is just, I heard somewhere someone said something was interesting about how, there's all this, or, if people are like, have this hard separation, they explained it as like, imagine like a TV set, all, multiple different channels on there, but at the end of the day, they are of the, you can't access the channels without accessing the TV or so, it wasn't quite said like that, but if you catch my drift, please. So, but why the Nine of Cups for the singles? And sorry, I'm like kind of popping back and forth here, guys, but Six of Swords in the reverse. So maybe there's definitely something from the past that still causes maybe a little bit of pain in the mind, but in some way it's like affecting your manifestations, or not even just, it's not like, oh my God, they're not going to come true. No, because you're in a very, very beautiful, like daydream state, which is like it's like, I was going to say fertile ground as I looked really. That type of mindset is fertile ground for, your manifestations, such as the Ten of Pentacles. Like if you want your person, the kids, the animals, the land, whatever, it doesn't have to, but whatever your Ten of Pentacles looks like, it's yours to have. So what are the singles having painful like thoughts of? It's that you guys may not have really So we have the Four of Swords that came out, more on its, on its side. And really this card speaks to rest. So we can take this two ways. Either you guys have not given your mind, your soul, and your body time. It's like you need to heal something here, guys. Something kind of needs to be looked at, or because it's something that either is keeping you up. Maybe you still have dreams here and there about, some person or some past thing that happened. And if we didn't talk much, but the Six of Swords is like, it's like leaving conflict behind. It's like it's moving on and accepting the lesson at the end of the day. But there's something here that it's like maybe you haven't accepted. Again, I'm talking to the singles right now. But you have very, you guys, the singles, you guys have very powerful energy with this Queen of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles. But you're being, again, we can take it a couple ways, but you are being urged here, guys, to maybe take a step back, take some rest, perhaps reach out to your guides, as you can see there in the stained glass window. Because the Four of Swords represents reflection, solitude, and recuperation. So I feel like you guys, I was going to say it earlier, but I feel like you guys may be going through a period of just a lot of self-transformation, which is wonderful. But at the same time, you're putting in a lot of hard work, but this indicates the time to take some rest and self-care. I don't know if you guys are feeling maybe stressed or overwhelmed about, because these, why are you having trouble, right? Like basically the Nine of Cups, from the get-go. Beautiful mindset. So it's like I feel that this is just emotionally, you guys still feel a lack of fulfillment, okay, for the singles. Some type of, maybe you feel like you've underachieved something. And perhaps just, really this speaks to inner work is needed, okay? So you need to get in touch with what truly matters. Just reflect on the mark that you want to make in the world. What can you contribute to others? So again, most importantly here is the inner work is needed. And then we got the Six of Swords. So it's something from the past, some type of pain that occurred, okay, that is still, again, either coming up in your thoughts or in your dreams, or, is it that you just haven't given yourself time to rest and reflect on the situation at all? Or maybe you have forgiven it, but I don't know, maybe you are just being called here to make a connection more with your inner being, guys. With the way the energies have come out, okay, this really, I feel like for my singles, this is speaking, guys, to you guys are either starting to become restless or feeling like you're being close to burnout from just a lot of things going on in your life at this time. So you are being asked to rest and recharge, guys. And I really want to, rest, recharge, breath work, yoga, meditation, eat better, ground, move the body. Just, once you start really making that connection with yourself, that's going to turn the Nine of Cups, back into action and just really allow the flow state to occur. Because right now, your mindset is in a beautiful position, guys. But again, it's you have to work on the self. You need to go within. And that really is going to resonate differently for everyone. But again, once you really go in within yourself, guys, make that connection to yourself. Then you're going to be able to really, like I said, just start attracting. But right now, something here is slowing you, it's kind of slowing you down. Or not even slowing you down, it's just that you're being encouraged to take a look at something here, okay? But otherwise, guys, I mean, I don't know. Let's see if anything else, see if there's anything else we need to know for the singles. Yeah, guys, just basically give time to yourself. Yeah, there may be something, like, just go out there and have fun, guys. Have fun, bring joy into your lives, engage in things that bring, creative pleasure and joy. Maybe there's something that you want to pursue, but some past hurts have maybe put you in your head. But whatever the situation is, okay? Now moving over to those of you in a relationship. So I just, pulled 3 cards for either side. The 5 of Wands, it's interesting. Really what I feel is that whatever connection you're in, the energies are becoming lighter. Maybe you guys were butting heads quite a bit, but things are starting to kind of calm down at this time. Maybe you and this person would have really strong opinions, but things have just become, maybe you guys even just straight up, I don't know if you guys just almost have given up, like you guys just don't even have almost like the energy anymore to fight with each other. But really this speaks to me as like there's more cooperation here, okay? This is coming toward harmony and peace, okay? So it's essentially like I was saying, there was a period of conflict or disagreements or heightened stress, but that's coming to an end. So you guys can, those of you that are in a relationship can breathe a sigh of relief. Essentially, yes, a stage of compromise and cooperation has been reached, okay? Now, we have to be careful though, because this can either speak to avoiding conflict, as in trying to keep the peace, so I'm gonna just, or if this is true resolution. So this is a reminder for those of you in a relationship to just, don't get lost in the comparison game with others, guys, and remain focused on your own path. And as I say that here with the 6 of Wands, it does not seem that you're focused on your own path. But 6 of Wands, it really speaks to victory. So it's like at the same time, I do feel that you guys, I'm not really picking up on happiness in this relationship, right? You don't feel successful or like victorious with this individual. You just feel, you just don't feel love in the connection, guys. You feel maybe neglected or that you're just being overlooked, okay? This could also indicate that you're experiencing a period of like low confidence and self-belief because you're feeling unloved and neglected in this connection. So you are encouraged to reflect, guys, on what you've overcome in the past and understand that there's going to be many adversities to face, on our journeys, but just understand that you can overcome whatever it is that needs to be overcome, right? 6 of Pentacles in the reverse. Not getting a very generous, the 6 of Pentacles speaks to generosity. And so with this particular individual, I'm feeling that they're not very generous towards you, again, with their time or energy, as again, earlier seen here anyway in the 6 of Wands. But they're just taking advantage of your love, guys, at this time. And this will really resonate if they've shown a side to them that was controlling in some way, or trying to control the way you do things, who you talk to, what you do, how you wear, you know, whatever. They may have seen you as lesser than in some weird way, you know, like, you know, if that had to do with gender or something, like, you know, take that as it resonates. So, you know, but at the same time, like I said at the beginning, those in a relationship and those who are not, ultimately this is what's wanted here, guys, right? Ultimately, you know, the Ten of Pentacles, that's why the Ten of Pentacles landed so close here to the, you know what I mean? It's like that bridging card that, you know, this is essentially what's wanted here in the collective, okay? Right? I mean, happily ever after. And again, that's a happily ever after looks different for all of us, but the point is the energy of the happily ever after. So however it looks to you is how it will be. Okay, so and funny, you know, that your middle cards, you know, your second cards are both landed in the same position in terms of basically like the inner work you guys need to do. Like, why are the singles having, or why are the singles self-sabotaging, if you will? Maybe you're not self-sabotaging. Maybe if you're not doing that, then it's like you may be unaware that you're slowing down your manifestations. I don't know, I'm picking up a possible third-party situation here, guys, maybe from the past. Three of Pentacles really speaking to someone showing their talents, if you will, right? It might sound like talents, you know, someone showing their talents. And whoever they're showing their talents to, they definitely don't have their guard up around this person. Does that make sense? And then, you know, maybe for some of you, there's something to do in the career sector. You were expecting a job offer or to get something and it just didn't pan out. So let's see where you're, you know, those that are in a relationship, let's see what your focus should be on at this time. We have the Empress in the reverse, and then the Knight of Wands. I just feel that whoever you're in a connection with, guys, they are, I guess I'll say it how I originally felt. It's like they're gonna burn you down to the ground. I think that's really what I saw and when it did, you know, thought in my head or heard in my head, how, I don't know. I still haven't really paid attention to how things come in. I just go. Now, I mean, the Empress in the reverse, guys, you know, it is, I would say this is concerning, okay? You know, this really speaks to creativity and resources, and I feel that whatever your situation is, your creativity and resources are being depleted, okay? And it could be by this person. This person could be here the Knight of... Right, look at this shit. Yeah, that upsets me. It's like they're, if you will, right? They're on your ass about shit, yet again, when they're off showing their talents to others, they're, you know what I mean? Like in a, basically they're chill. Like I hope that came across as I wanted it to, and I'll take that as confirmation, really. Yeah. So. All right, let's pull a final advice card for those of you in a relationship. Nine of Swords in the reverse, guys. It's time to take, I mean, look, I feel that you're being called here, especially if you're in a situation or relationship that brings you anxiety, okay? You're, 100% here being called to take a look at that, guys, because I just feel like, I feel that, if you resonate with it, you resonate with it, but when it's come to a place of enough is enough. Okay, so this is this is the message for my babes that are in a relationship. This is, you're being told, the guys, like, you're gonna have to, this is just life and we're gonna have to face it, okay? Find help if so needed, find professional help or not professional, whatever. Just if it so helps you to talk about it or journal it or whatever the case looks like, guys, do it, okay? Let go of the shame, let go of the guilt. For those of you that are dealing with mental health issues, if you will, this also can speak to that. You may still experience the consequences of a difficult situation, but the pain is already subsiding, guys, I think already in your imagination, it's like this is truly the energy that your, whole being wants to move toward. And this, ultimately the reverse Nine of Swords brings a message of hope, and it offers a faith in a brighter future and promises better days ahead. Okay. In this position, the card also offers relief from pain and suffering. And so this should provide a sense of comfort and ultimately, healing as well. So really cool, guys. I appreciate you. That I really just like winged that. So I enjoyed it. I'm trying to be a little bit more fluid in my reading. So good luck to, the collective, guys. Again, for those of you in a relationship, I mean, what can I say? I don't believe this person's serving your highest good. I'm definitely side-eyeing their energy, but you guys would know best. Don't ever assume anything just because I said third party. That could apply to some of you in the collective, but not others. So that's why it's like you really just need to go with your intuition and never assume. Never assume. Never take things personally. Do your best every single day. I always forget the fourth agreement. But anyway, guys, so, be impeccable with your word if I didn't say that. So, all right, and for the, for the singles, you guys are in a beautiful headspace. I mean, that's the, what's funny is like, that's pretty much the exact type of mindset that you need to be in, okay? Like just that daydream of abundance and beautiful, like, imaginings. But at the same time, it's like you're still somehow, when you should be like, boom, 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 like just manifesting like crazy, there was a block there with the Nine of Cups in the reverse. So again, you guys are definitely being called to take a step back, rest, relax, and maybe just try and sit with yourself, see what's going on. Like, is there something you haven't forgiven? Is there something that still hurts you or pains you? Is there a person that's still popping up in your dreams? Whatever the case, right? But I feel like also with the Six of Swords in the reverse, right? Are you still holding on to something that doesn't serve you ultimately? An idea, a person, emotions, so Anyway, so I wish everyone luck, and I think, I might as well just close it off. Like, all right, well, the universe want to be sassy with you, so yeah, so you guys, anyway, need to do some work, but I was gonna pull an overall final advice card for the entire collective. Got the Knight of Swords again, guys. So just take your time moving forward, making decisions, coming to conclusions, whatever the case is. Don't, there's no need to rush, okay? The Knight of Swords, you can tell just in the imagery there's speed to this card, but I also feel that it, this could be speaking to some of you to let your guard down, if this speaks to you directly. You don't have to you don't feel like you have to necessarily be guarded toward everyone that you come across, guys, okay? But I will see you in the next video. Bye.